Front nine? Back nine? Or eyeing the 19th hole? Wherever you are in life, Host Plus can help you drive your retirement further. That's a plus.
Welcome to Talk Birdie to Me with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn and Tour Pro Mark Allen, live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our great partners, Host Plus, the official retirement partner of Talk Birdie to Me. Driving a BMW is like hitting the perfect shot. Smooth, controlled and powerful. Titleist, the clear number one ball in golf. FootJoy, the number one shoe and glove in golf. Better, when the greats bet, they bet with Better. Ping will help you play your best. And the Golf Clearance Outlet, who beat everyone's prices. Now, here's Nick and Mark.
G'day everybody, welcome to Talk Birdie to Me. This is a feedback podcast, which means that you've got a few things that you're going to line up.
Well, we've got a lot of questions today, a lot of comments that we'll get through, and we're going to start with a caller, a wolfpacker from overseas somewhere.
Ooh,
Okay.
So if I just hit this button here, we should have Bill on the line. G'day, Bill.
G'day, Bill.
There he is.
G'day. How are you?
G'day. I like that.
It wasn't a bad g'day.
Very
Bill,
good.
well done to you.
Where are you calling from?
Calling from Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, wow.
Ah.
What's the most famous thing in Jacksonville, Florida?
That's a good question. I guess it'll be the TPC.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Sawgrass.
okay. Sawgrass.
Yeah, the Jaguars, they haven't really had a good run, have they?
Well, they're having a good run this year,
This year?
but I don't think they're for real. But anyway,
Okay.
that's just my opinion.
Now, I imagine, Bill, you got a question for us.
Yeah, I do. I was curious about all the Sandbelt courses, and if you came over and visited as an old guy like me, where would be the places that could be accessible without breaking the bank? But yet, I've been to Melbourne before, and get the experience of those type of golf courses. I'm kind of like golf architecture, and it's something I'd like to see and experience.
So, let me get this straight. You're asking where in America you could get a Sandbelt golf experience? Is that right?
No.
No.
You can come down to Melbourne.
No, I like
When you come to
visit
Melbourne.
Australia.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Where to play without breaking the bank.
Well, Bill, if you came all the way to Kingston Heath, I reckon now that I'm linked up, I think I'd take you to Kingston Heath. So
There you go.
You can tick Kingston Heath off.
Wow.
You've got to go in there with me.
You'll save
All
some
right?
dollars there
Done.
too.
Done.
Okay, I'll get you on
You're
the
gonna-
calendar.
You're going to save about 1,000. So well done.
The good news is the American dollar does travel well down here. So,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Australian peso is not going so well at the moment, Billy boy.
You got Royal Melbourne, but that's I don't know what the green fees are
I wouldn't
there.
think that would be acceptable. Huh? No.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
International visitors can play.
Yeah, you can.
but
you
it
can
does
play.
get exy. That's the
It'll
thing.
end up costing you about 600 US, 700 US
wow.
maybe.
Maybe,
Something like
something
that.
like
So
that.
if that's out, then Royal Melbourne's out.
Um,
What's the next stop?
Peninsula Kingswood or
Oh,
Victoria? Probably
Penin-
Victoria, actually. I think it's
Yeah, I think Victoria Golf Club,
Victoria is highly underrated.
Bill. But to be honest with you, Bill, if you got to play 3 Sandbelt golf courses, you've got your fill.
Okay.
Mm.
You've got your fill. You're all done. You'll get to play off this very different turf, very different from anywhere else in the world. And I don't know why
Sure.
that is. Why is that, Nick?
It's
Why
to
do
do
you
with the
think it is?
soil, I believe.
Right.
I don't know, the loamy sand or whatever they call that, but it has something to do with the bunkering, the surrounds, the way they can carve the turf and
Yep.
just shape things. It's very unique, apparently.
Yeah, okay. Because it's funny, Bill, I'm not sure if you've played, it sounds like you've played a bit of golf, but if you go over to the UK, when you walk
Okay.
on those golf courses, like I walk along and I think, I'm going to be able to stop the ball on this stuff. It's no worries. I can remember thinking that. But for whatever reason, the soil makeup, the ball just didn't spin. And even though it felt reasonably soft when you're walking across those greens, there's just no way the ball could stop, even with a pitching wedge. So I don't know what the soil obviously has a big
Well, the greens are
part
rock
to play.
very firm over here, obviously. But other courses, you'd certainly want to look at would be Peninsula Kingswood,
Yes.
the north and south,
Yes.
Commonwealth,
Yes. Oh, the
Yarra,
new Commonwealth,
Yarra,
the new Huntingdale
Huntingdale's coming up soon.
is going to be a ripper.
Woodlands.
Oh, Woodlands. Now there's
a great little
a
gem.
great little golf course for you, Billy boy.
Mm.
Put that one on the list.
Okay.
Yep, indeed. But there's how many more? I mean, then you start getting a little out, I guess. Of course,
Metropolitan Golf Club.
Missed that one. Yep.
When do you plan on coming down, Bill?
I'm hoping maybe next year. That's what my other question is. There a certain time of year? I mean, I've been there in the summer. Is it better to come in the shoulder season as far as accessibility? Does that make a difference? Or
Well, look, if I was you, and Melbourne's weather is pretty fickle, so if you came before Christmas, you're in the lap of the gods. And I'm not sure if you watched the Australian Open, but Thursday was a very different day from the rest of the week.
I saw that.
And you want a good experience. So the weather in Melbourne in March and April, I don't think there's better weather anywhere on the planet than March and April in Melbourne and Victoria.
Yeah, I like that set time as well.
But also the golf courses are looking their very best. You know, you'll get the full Sandbelt experience to where the fairways will be right to go, but most importantly, the rough will have this golden appearance, and then you'll have this beautiful contrast from the rough, this stringy golden rough, to the beautiful green dark fairways. So if you were coming over, pop around in March, April, and you might even go see the mighty Collingwood Magpies play down at the MCG when you come down.
Don't do that,
Billy boy, and they'll
Don't
be
do
firing and ready to go.
I've seen one cricket match in my life, and it was the Masters of New Zealand against the Masters of Australia.
Oh, okay.
It was like a short version. I saw it in Hamilton, New Zealand.
Well, cricket's one thing, but the AFL is something totally different.
Very
I know
you're talking about AFL, yeah.
You'll love it.
I'm thinking cricket ground. Okay.
There you go. He's thinking MCG probably.
All right. Well, so a budget way of seeing the Sandbelt. So, Kingston Heath you got with me, Bill. I reckon Woodlands, if we're going to do a budget, we'll put Woodlands in there. And you got to splurge a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe I'd go Peninsula Kingswood.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Whereabouts do you play golf in Jacksonville?
I'm kind of a senior nomad. I go all over and play all the different courses, play with a lot of different senior groups.
Nice.
Obviously don't play weekends when the working man plays, but pretty much all over.
What's the best course in Florida?
The best course in Florida. Well, there's a new course real close to my house called Stillwater. It's quite a nice course. It's designed by Bobby Weed, who helped Pete Dye a lot on the TPC and that. And it's new. But there's, the Cabot Citrus Farms down by Tampa. That's a big thing now.
Oh, okay.
Don't know that one.
There's a layout down there of two courses. We're scheduled to go play there, but we got rained out. But yes, that's the big thing now, right now. And then, of course, Stream Song way down south in Bowling Green, Florida. You've heard of that.
Yeah.
So
Seminole's my favorite.
Seminole, tell us about Seminole.
I love that golf course.
Yeah,
it's an old Donald
That's
Ross.
South Florida.
They've just done a full renovation, haven't they, at Seminole? I think they have.
Did they? Oh, okay. Not sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
We've got 3 Ross courses here in the area. Those are interesting to play.
Well, Billy, does that help you?
Yeah, it was great help. Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
I'm glad I could get on and talk to you about it.
All right.
And
Well,
I'll
get
keep
in
you
touch with us when you come down. Make sure it's March and April. And look forward to having a hit with you at Kingston Heath.
And thanks for watching and listening to the pod over there. Spread the word.
I really enjoy watching you guys. You really provide some good commentary, especially Aim Point. Funny. Aim Point.
Don't mention the wall. Bill, do not mention the wall.
Thank you, Bill.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
See you, buddy.
What a good fella.
Oh, that's fantastic. What a good guy. It's always good. Always good.
I will play with him too. I mean, I'd love to host. People who are watching us from overseas. It'd be great to host him at Kingston Heath and show him around.
Oh, absolutely.
Always good to talk to wolfpackers from overseas too.
Yes.
Quick one here. This is a comment from Brad. Hey guys, I had the pleasure to watch Peter Senior play the Senior Aussie PGA at Richmond Golf Course recently. He's hitting irons as pure as I've ever seen anyone do it live. Watching him and Dave McKenzie hit shots was priceless. And it gave me an idea. We must get Peter Senior on.
Right, at some stage soon.
Do you want to, Mark, can you have that as a bit of homework to organise?
We should host him.
Why are you putting the pressure on me for?
Well,
why can't you put some pressure on Nick?
Well, because you're the guy who said you were going to get the music sorted and you never do.
Sorry, all right. I'll
We've both got his number. You can set it
I'll
up.
do it.
So.
Okay.
There you go.
We'll get Pete Senior. You reckon we can get Pete Senior on?
I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yep. No, we'll get him.
No, we'll get him
one way or another.
Bit more feedback. We might go to the turn and we'll come back and have a listen to a few more questions from Wolfpackers.
All right. See you on the 10th tee.
good, man. Dude. Are we in slow motion, too?
From Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, this is Talk Birdie to Me. We're here for BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Host Plus, the official retirement partner of Talk Birdie to Me. The golf clearance outlet, they beat everyone's prices. Ping will help you play your best. And better, ahead of the game. Now for Titleist, the number one ball in golf, and FootJoy, the number one shoe and glove in golf. Here's Nick and Mark.
Okay, welcome back. This is the 10th tee, and we got a little bit more business to get through.
Yeah, we do. You're not going to like this one, Mark.
Okay.
Is it a whack?
I was excited too.
This is from JD. Monty signed for me at Hope Island as he was leaving the range. What a nice guy and a prolific winner.
He was a prolific winner, yes. What did he do? He signed.
So he signed something, like an autograph.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, very good.
Which is, that's fair.
And he was a prolific winner. Just not in the majors, that's all.
Nice guy?
No.
Okay.
No, not in my experience, Dan. No, he was a horrible person.
Oh, by the way, update. You know how I reached out to Monty to come on the pod? Update?
Yeah, what is it?
Nothing. Still no response.
What? Hey?
Still no response. Tim has said, Mark, your masterclass on keeping the trail ear high is great. Watch Jack Nicklaus. He makes it so obvious and it commences as he addresses the ball. Love the pod.
It's funny, people going back and having a look at Jack's swing. That heel, I think it was, who's the guy on the Golf Channel? Good analyst.
Chambly?
Chambly. Chambly says, now, if you've got the cameras on, the left foot, when Jack's heel goes up in the air, the left heel, it goes down closer to his target. And Chambly reckons that's kind of a magic move. And then when you look at JT.
Sorry, he lifts his heel off and then
his left heel comes up on the backswing.
Drags it away.
And then his left heel ends up going closer to the target.
I do the same thing.
Do you really?
Yes, by accident.
Well, I think to be fair, Jack's been asked and he didn't even know he does it.
Yeah, no,
he just does it.
When I watch my swing,
JT
it happens.
does it. Some coaches teach it.
Really?
Yeah. And I know I was the opposite of you and Jack, and my heel goes that way, goes the absolute wrong way.
That probably creates a bit of a spin out, maybe. I don't know. So.
Well, the funny thing is, I'm actually putting when I put my weight down, I put it on the instep of my left foot, and it's helped it a bit.
You know, if you go that way, where you're closer, you know what that means? You're landing close.
Close. That's right. That's right. That makes sense.
All right, David has asked a question here, guys. David has said, guys, just recently started watching good stuff like the pod. A question if it hasn't already been asked by anybody. I know the golf schedule is already jam-packed, but do you think there could be a spot for a tournament between the European Ryder Cup team, a tournament between the European Ryder Cup team versus the International's President's Cup team?
It's a good question. The first time I heard this story, it's not my idea. Frank Noblo came up with it. And Frank had this idea that will never get off the ground, but it's a brilliant idea. And if you blew up golf, if you blew it up, this is how you do it. And that would be the Ryder Cup is the pinnacle and the President's Cup is the qualifier. So if in the last Ryder Cup, Europe beat America, Europe get a year off. And the next year, you play the President's Cup between America and the Internationals, and the winner of that gets to go back to the Ryder Cup, which is the final. Now, that was Frank Noblo's idea, and that gets everybody involved.
Yeah, it sounds as though every time the Ryder Cup be played to be Europe and America anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it would be better if the President's Cup went into male and female teams. Yep. Anyway, that's a whole other story.
If they were going to blow up the President's Cup, that's how you do it.
But the Europe versus internationals, no, I don't think there's much merit in that. So,
it's a good idea from Frank, though.
It's a good idea.
It was a good idea from Frank, but Frank, it'll never happen.
Yep.
Question here from Kristin. Now, I think Kristin must be in the Northern Hemisphere because Kristin has said, gents, I'm travelling down to Australia for a family vacation. Vacation's also a giveaway, I
Yes,
think.
that's a giveaway. Yeah.
But a friend has lined up a game for me at New South Wales.
Ooh.
Is there anything that I should be aware of from a course perspective? I'm really looking forward to playing another top 100 course in the world.
Well, it's one of the windiest joints. It's one of the only golf courses in Australia where quite often you can't play because it's too windy. They won't let you out there.
Right.
Wow.
But they have just recently done a redo. We talked about it a little bit in this podcast, and in the latest and the most accurate World Golf Top 100. Has that golf course has moved up how many? It's 30 or 40 spots or something, didn't it? Or 25 spots.
Yeah, at least.
Moved up quite a bit.
a lot. Mm.
What's the hole where you hit up over a hill and there's tea tree on either side, and it's a make or break kind of tee shot?
That's on the back nine. I think it might be
15?
14 or 15.
14 or
yeah,
15?
one of those. But the third hole is a big dogleg left, and you got to go over a hill, and you cannot see
You
a
don't
thing.
know where to go. Yeah.
So there's 3 or 4 holes, I think, where it's like a blind tee shot. And you're not exactly sure where you're going. So ask either in the pro shop before you go play, or maybe you have to have a caddy if you're an international
Maybe it's
visitor.
worth having a caddy on that one course.
I think so. Because you do need to know where you're going.
Yeah.
Because there's another par 5, it was the 8th, where you had to hit over a hill and you have no idea
You have
where
no
you're going.
idea unless
So-
you go up to the top of the hill and see where you're going.
Yeah.
What about the hole? It's one of my favourite holes. It's a favourite hole for all
Five.
the fifth hole.
The par 5 goes
It's-
down to the water.
It's one of the
Mm.
most unique
Great hole.
golf holes you'll ever see.
Yep.
And if you're into the wind, you might be hitting a putter for your second.
Yes.
And if you are downwind,
Just to keep the ball down.
just to keep the ball down. And if you're downwind, you might be hitting a sand iron for your second
yeah. Into the
to a
green.
par 5. Yeah.
And then you follows up with one of the great par 3s.
Yeah. If I told you that there's a hole where, dependent on wind direction, it's a par 5 and you might hit a putter for the second or a sand iron for your second to the green, a putter layup, instantly that's one of the most unique golf holes
Yes.
you could ever imagine.
Yeah, exactly. No, spot on.
Okay, a couple of fun ones to listen to finish on here. This one is a couple of fun sayings. We were talking about sayings recently that we enjoyed. Stan has said, guys, talking about Jack Newton's famous commentary sayings recently reminded me of Henry Longhurst commentating in America. They'd never heard his phrase, a very missable putt, and they raved about it. Henry was also the first commentator to shut up when the player was making his stroke as if he was standing right nearby him.
Yeah.
The Americans didn't do that, but when they heard Longhurst do it, they realised it was the proper thing to do, and it caught on.
Very good.
Yeah.
Silence can be golden in the game of golf.
Yeah, I agree with that.
commentary.
I agree with that. Accents get a long way in American golf too, doesn't it? I mean, that doesn't surprise me that they heard Henry pause during a golf shot and thought, well, let's do that, because I think they do respect the accent. And when I say that because I know Nick Faldo came in, he wasn't a loved figure over there, but when he spoke, it certainly had a lot of gravitas, didn't it?
Indeed.
When Nick Faldo spoke, and now you got Trevor Immelman over as well as a
Yeah,
lead commentator, another person with a distinctive accent.
Finchy.
Finchy, yeah, that's another
Frank
great
Novolo.
example. Yeah, Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So It's unusual because in none of their other sports do they give a rat's about whatever anyone else thinks, do they? But in golf, America do tend to listen. It's one of the only times in the world of sport.
Martin has said, "Hey guys, love the show. I once read a quote from Lee Trevino. An on-course commentator said to him, 'Lee, did you know it's 104 degrees in the shade today?' Lee's reply, 'Gee, I'm glad I'm not playing in the shade.'"
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Very good.
You got to love those sayings.
Well, Lee had a few rippers.
He had some good ones.
And one we play every week, A Touch of Glass. That's
Touch of glass, baby.
Yes, baby. Yes.
Touch of Glass.
He appears to be using something like a number 3 or 4 iron. He'd have to pick the club up very sharply in the back swing and drive the ball forward.
Touch of class, baby.
Touch of class.
Touch of class.
That's the feedback, guys. We've got plenty more questions, but look, I think we might call it a
day.
Call it a day.
All right.
And
I did notice, Dan, that you've got your FootJoys on your feet.
I'm wearing them. They're very comfortable.
What's the feedback?
The feedback on the FootJoys is they're very comfortable.
Beautiful.
They're very comfortable.
Good on you.
Interestingly, normally when you wear a new pair of shoes for the first time, they take a bit of wearing in. These ones felt good straight away.
Not FootJoys.
Not FootJoys.
Straight away.
Not FootJoys. They are beautiful.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you, Dan.
All right.
Good on you,
Thanks,
Nick.
guys.
Folks, catch you next time.
Talk Birdie to Me with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen. Live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. The Golf Clearance Outlet, they beat everyone's prices. BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Better, ahead of the game. Ping will help you play your best. And Host Plus, they can help you drive your retirement further. Now that's a plus. Issued by Host Plus Pty Limited. This is general advice. Consider the PDS and TMD on our website before deciding. Wherever you listen or watch, we'd love you to subscribe and share the pod with a friend. Talk Birdie to Me's executive producer is Dan Bradley at Kaizen Media. Sound design by Daryl Misson at loudzebra.com. And now from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, that's been Talk Birdie to Me.
Looks good, man. Dude. Are we in slow motion too?